Hey everyone, welcome to Real Knowledge Club Challenge. I'm super excited to share with you and bring one of the world's greatest thought leaders who is like Parthiv Shah. I have met like Parthiv Shah like 3 years back. Basically, I had the first interview during the Asia's biggest summit, and then just for you guys to know, like Parthiv has like generated over like $10 million, one like 2 CCX, right? And he's only some of the few people in entire world out of like ClickFunnels community, 3 lakh people, only Indian to achieve that through like agency space. And he will be sharing his strategies, how he was able to go about from his like 2 decades of years of experience. He's also like the private client of Dan Kennedy, worked closely with some of the most incredible people. Russell Brunson, he attended Funnel Hacking Live event. In fact, I got an opportunity to meet him, do his office tour, everything like last year, 2023 at United States. He had invited me. He's one of the most incredible leaders so that like you will be able to learn absolutely the best knowledge, non-conventional thinking and everything. And Parthiv also on the 78th Independence Day of India, he's also inviting Dan Kennedy, his mentor, Robert Cialdini, Dr. Robert Cialdini, also to his community where he's going to share incredible things. Today, let's understand what is the mindset, skill set, tool set, what it takes for us to reach to our like 1 CR in the next 1 year, right? Staying in India. Without any further delay, let's all welcome Parthiv to the Real Knowledge Club Summit.
Hello, everybody. Namaste, India, and Jai Hind. Let us prepare for 15th August.
Absolutely. Super excited, Parthiv. Thank you so much for taking your super valuable time. And I'm so happy to see you. Yeah,
Thank you. You're very
awesome.
kind. You are a very good man, and you have shared many resources, gave me many ideas, and you are a good friend to have. Can
Thank
I,
you.
before we get started, can we say a
Sure,
little bit about you, Akshay? Because most of
sure.
the time you're always talking about your guest is great and this is what good about your guest and this and that. I just want to take a short commercial break to talk about Akshay.
Yep,
Is that okay? Can we do that?
yep.
So Akshay is a knowledgeable man, and he was not born with the knowledge. He acquired it, and he acquired it through learning. And his passion for learning and reading and studying is very similar to my passion for learning, reading, and studying. So I see a baby Parthiv when I see Akshay. I
Thank you.
like the way Akshay reads. I like the way Akshay studies. But that's where the similarities end. What I have seen Akshay do is build out Google Sheets and Google Docs or frameworks from where he studies, similar to my mind maps. And when we talk one on one to Akshay, and when he pulls out something that he learned from Harmozy that we can implement, it's like talking to Harmozy himself. So that whole extraction of essence of a learning from someone's course and building an implementation blueprint is Akshay's core strength. That is one thing I love about you so much, Akshay, that it's just fantastic. Your Google Drive, your Google Sheets, and your Google Docs are your biggest assets. Akshay, how old are you?
Right now, 26,
26. You know how old I am? 57.
around 50. Yeah.
57. I began learning direct response marketing when I was 24. Right? I began documenting what I have learned. You, Akshay, imagine what your Google Drive will look like when you are 57. Just think what the world will inherit when you die. You are, my friend, a librarian because you know where all the books are, but more important, you know what's in every book.
Thank you.
So you are one of the most amazing friends I have ever had.
Thank you. Lovely to hear. Same here as well. Right. Yep. Thank you for all the kindness. It was amazing last year. We were able to see like the Maryland, Rockville, everything with you in the car and in your office and everything. But for all the people who don't know about you, Parthiv, like tell us about you, right? Like because many know this community called like ClickFunnels, and it has like 3 lakh people, and uh, tell us about like the 2CCX also, right? Like what is it all about? Like the award behind you, right? And how, what's your journey? Because not many people are able to get there, right? Even though they also wanted to become a great consultant, coach, funnel builder, very few people, only in a lakh, in 1 lakh, only 1%, like that. Like the chances are like so less, right? Only until now, 2,000 people only have even achieved the 2CCX award, $1 million, right? Maybe the 10 million, hardly 200 people like that have achieved 200, 500, right? And you are one of them.
Sure. Thank you. So that's actually a good question. And what I am about to tell you today will break some hearts, hurt some feelings. And there are some people who came close to me to learn from me, figured out what I am sharing, built a distance from me, and now they dislike me for what I'm about to say. Okay. So there is a show called India Got no, Superstar Singers or something like that. It's a singing show. It's one of them reality show where singers sing. And Himesh Reshammiya was the judge. And one uh, contestant says, "This is my signature move. This is my genre. I come from this Karana. This is what I have studied. This is what I want to be known for. And as I want to be a super specialized, I want to be in this niche." And right? What
Hmm.
Himesh said to him was a bit hurtful. It made the guy cry on stage. But what he talked about was an actual fact of life that most people fail to realize. Here's what Himesh said: there are 150, डेढ़ अबज क्या बोलते हैं 140 billion people in India, right?
Yes.
At least a million can sing well outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
Over 250,000 professional singers.
Hmm.
Less than 1,000 have a car. Less than 50 are celebrities who get consistent work. The odds are stacked against you. So when someone, so everything that you want to achieve in life, you will not get it. So have a plan of action for what you will do when you fail.
Hmm.
There was an Indian movie that I watched. I don't, it was based on a true story. There is this kid whose parents both from IIT, and the kid is under intense pressure to be an IIT student. He fails. He jumps from the balcony of so many story building. Fortunately, he doesn't die, but he gets severely injured, goes in comma, and the parents who are on the verge of divorce suddenly come together, bring their old IIT friends, and the whole movie is about encouraging the kid that losing your opportunity to be an IIT student isn't end of the world.
Yes.
So the one lesson I want to give you is to aim for success, learn to embrace your failures, and
Right.
have a sustainable life where you can afford to keep failing. So you ask me this question: how did you rise to top 0.1% of funnel hackers, becoming the only Indian among 300,000 to CCX status in agency space? Okay, yes, I made $10 million in agency fees, and I'm the first Indian to get there. But it took me my entire adult life to get there. I didn't make $10 million last year. I'm not going to make $10 million next year. Most people fail to have a sustainable, achievable, realistic, and time bound goal. Okay. So, life is like a 100-year funnel. You start with the purpose, vision. Right? If you create a vision board, what will be true about you 100 years from now, and what was true about you at the beginning of your career? That's your purpose. What is my purpose? I want to, I have always been this guy, and I will always be this guy. I want to help a small brand owner compete against their larger rival who have deeper pocket and actually win using direct response marketing and hyper targeted segmentation. I am not for big guys, I am for small guys. I want the small guy to win. I want the small guy to outperform and outbuy the big guy. And I use direct response marketing and market segmentation. That's my purpose. What I have done my entire career is to feed that purpose, to serve that guy, to take that giant and kick him in the balls. That's my purpose. The mission is where I want to go 5 years from now. I cannot have a 5-year goal or a 5-year mission unless I have clarity on my forever purpose. I need to have my 5-year mission to have a 3-year goal.
Right.
Once I have a 3-year realistic goal as to where I want to be for me to be satisfied with my progress, it tells me where must I be 1 year from now. And to be where I must be 1 year from now, it tells me what must I do this quarter, this month, this week, this day, and this hour. So you see, the secret to success is this 100-year time funnel. You go from your purpose to your mission to your 3-year goal. I call it the Sullivan goal because it is following the Dan Sullivan question. Where do you want to be professionally and personally for you to be satisfied with your progress? If that's where I want to be for me to be satisfied with my progress, where must I be a year from now? Otherwise, this 3 years is not going to happen. If 3 years doesn't happen, 5 years doesn't happen. If 5 years doesn't happen, life doesn't happen. To be where I want to be 3 years from now, where must I be 1 year from now? And where must I be a year from now tells me what must I do this quarter, this month, this week, this day, and this hour. That's the discipline. You want to get to one place and follow the GPS, not shift your global focus once a quarter, once a day, once a month. Then you're just lost. So you need to identify who you are. So you should write this down. Everyone who's watching this should write this down. You should write this down too. I'll write it down.
Yes.
1, who you are. Right?
Yes.
Second, who you are for. 3, do you want? I'll wait. Go ahead and get a pen. I see you struggling to go get your paper pencils. I'll give everyone a minute.
Yes. I'm writing who you are and next.
Question 1, who you are.
Yes.
2, who you are for. 3, how do you want to serve them? 4, how do they want to be served? And 5, can you serve them that way? And underline you, them, and that way. And 6, are you okay with the paycheck that comes when you serve them that way? And the last question is, can you profitably systemically, repeatedly serve them that way without breaking a sweat or reinventing yourself or without getting reinforcement or without calling in help? So this is called core alignment of strengths and needs.
Yeah.
In India, in ancient India, we had arranged marriage.
Yes.
Where we made relationships between families based on alignment of stars. This is a formula for arranged business. When an agency is taking on a brand that is in an alignment with your core strength, and where you have systems, processes, methodology, and experience to serve and support them for predictable growth, they will come, they will hire you. There is zero friction of execution. They will make money and they'll stay with you forever. That is how I rose to the top 0.1% of funnel hackers becoming the only Indian among 300,000 funnel builders to achieve 2CCH. First,
Absolutely.
I became good at what I do. That took decades. Then then I began doing things I am good at and saying no to everything else. That was a fundamental shift. So, did I
Amazing.
answer that question well?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I love that, and it was incredible. And the next question is like, if you see, one of the biggest problem today is like shiny object syndrome, right? And everybody like, there is so much of information out there. Like e-commerce guy tells e-commerce is the good way. Instagram guy tells making Instagram videos is the good. Blogger tells blogging is the thing. Digital marketing agency, they tell it is good. Now, how can a person know what is best for them, right? Like in a school, like there is someone who is good in sports, someone who is good in singing, someone, everybody cannot compete for the same thing, right? How can someone identify, I am best at this thing, right? And I need to focus on this.
Sure. So I spent 4 years in strategic coach. My fourth year, I studied directly from Sullivan.
Okay.
You should read some of Sullivan's books. Okay.
Mm.
One such book that will help you answer this question is called 10x is easier than 2x. Okay. Almost all of Sullivan books are available on Amazon.in. So just buy his books. You can
Okay.
join his coaching online and stuff like that. So if you want to make 10x what you're currently making, if you want to make 10 times more than what you're currently making, it, it feels unbelievable, unachievable, right?
Right.
But if you look behind you, if you look in your own business and transactional history and your own learning journey, look for the day when you knew 1/10 of what you know now. Look at a day where you were making 1/10 of the money you were making now. Look at the day where you were 1/10 productive than you are currently now. How many years do you have to go back from today, August 2024, for you to get to your 1/10? For me, 6 years.
It was 5 years. Mm.
Okay. So actually a little more than that. If I'm right now I'm doing say 120,000 a month. So to go back to what in what year was I doing $15,000 a month? 200,000. 2009, 2010.
Mm.
See, I already 10x myself. So don't look at your next 10x. Look at your last 10x. You are 10 times more powerful than once you used to be.
Correct.
Examine your journey and let it tell you what is your JOY. What did you absolutely love to do? Where did you absolutely perform at your best? What are your signature moves that carried you when life was doing bad for you? What was your signature move that accelerated your journey when life was being good to you? What is your core strength that you have superhuman powers, burning desire to get better at it? And what is it that when you do it, you don't have a fatigue? There are some frameworks and formulas you can buy. One is called Strength Finder. I think Sullivan has another thing called unique abilities. That's one of the classes that we took. You guys should buy all the things. You can buy books and read. If you
Yes, absolutely.
if you
Correct.
join his coaching program, they train you on this 1 quarter at a time. But so for me, I chose not to learn SEO, PPC, Facebook advertising, and social media. I chose not to learn how to do video content. Why did I choose that? Am I stupid? No. I can figure out whatever the hell I want to put my mind to. I cannot learn it all. I have to learn the right curriculum that is right for me. And so I only seek education that is in an alignment with my strengths. I don't buy education because it's a good deal, it's on sale. I buy it because it's in an alignment with my 3-year goal. It compensates for a weakness, builds a strength that I need to build, and without that education, I will not be able to reach my 1 year, 3-year, 5-year goal. And so you need to be very picky and choosy about what you will study and have a learning curriculum that is in an alignment with your personal operating system. Education is not a buffet. It's a multi-course meal. So you, as an adult learner, you should be a savvy buyer of education. You need to know the time to money ratio of the investment you make. For me, it's $100 an hour. For every $100 I spend on education, it's going to take me 1 hour to study and 10 hours to implement. See, what I like about you is while you are acquiring knowledge indiscriminately, you are extremely good at harvesting everything that can be harvested from that learning experience, and you're making your own Akshay blueprint. I used to think that you were crazy, Akshay, until I figured out what makes you no longer crazy. And that's why I respect you for what you did. Like, why is he studying this? Oh no, he's studying this now. What the hell? Why did he go there? There was no alignment. But what you are doing is you are studying for the sake of studying, so you can spoon feed the real knowledge to a brand CEO or an agency owner like me, what they don't have time to study. You truly have mastered the art of outsourced learning. I can buy a course, give it to Akshay, let him study it, and just read his Google Drive.
Yes.
That's how you invest in your learning. It must be in an alignment with your purpose, your current mission, your 3-year goal, your 1-year goal. And any education you invest in must accelerate that journey. If you're not going to climb a mountain, don't buy new shoes.
Yeah. True.
And if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know who you are, where you are, if you don't know where you want to go, stop buying shit. Did I answer your question
Yeah,
properly?
absolutely. Absolutely. Love that. And Parthiv, for all the people who are in India, right, who are aiming to reach their first 1 crore or like the next 1 crore in the next 12 months, right, what is the blueprint? What is the plan you are going to tell for all the funnel builders or like growth consultants, agency owners, freelancers?
Again, the, the answer I will give you will break many hearts. Okay. And the answer I want to give you goes against everything the coaching industry is telling them. Coaches in America and India and worldwide teach you how to identify who you are, identify your strengths, find an audience that has a need to your that's in an alignment with your strengths, build an offer based on the competitive landscape and the value of the product and service that you want to craft and create, sell and market. Help you develop prospecting frameworks, theory, outreach campaigns, and establishing a presence and building a visually attractive portfolio. And some of them teach you how to pitch and close, right? That's essentially what you get from
Correct.
coaches.
True.
Some will give you all of it, some will deep dive into one of those things. But that's where the entire business education industry starts. I am looking at my success, and my success has nothing to do with my funnel building. It has nothing to do with my outreach strategy. I'm very good, but there are others better than me, cheaper than me. Conversion rate optimization of my funnels. Eh, okay. Um, Pitch and close. I'm not the best pitchman I know. I'm not the worst. But should you learn from me how to pitch and close? Hell no. I'm a good predictive economist. I'm a good data scientist. I am actually good at my craft. I'm good at owning a business. I'm good at building a team. I'm good at doing certain things that I do. But that is not why I make what I make. The core strength I have, the secret to go from 2cc
Mhm.
behind me, 2cc
Yes.
to 2ccx is not my acquisition, pricing, or persuasion. The real key is retention, ascension, and advocacy. Okay, so let's see. Can I share my screen?
Sure, sure, absolutely.
I was actually having this conversation with RJ Ahmed,
Yep.
and I believe I drew something on a whiteboard that you can see my screen, right?
Not yet, not yet. Oh, yeah, yeah, I can see now. Yeah, I've added it. Yes.
So this is the whiteboard I drew on RJ. Okay,
Yep.
so look. He asked me similar question. He says, Parthiv, Kennedy says, he who spends more money wins. To outperform your competition, outspend your competition, right?
Yes.
Well, how do you outspend your competition if you're tiny, if you don't have money?
Correct.
And the answer is, it's not how much you have, it's how much you make. CAC, customer acquisition cost. The name of the game is outspend your CAC. Outspend your competition when it comes to CAC. If you want to compete against me, this is how much I'm spending to acquire a customer.
Okay.
If you don't have $7,862 to acquire a customer, and if you engage with me, I will suck you dry and keep running. Is it because I got more money than you? No. It's because I have higher LTV than you. CAC is a fraction of your LTV. How much you make up front and how much you make a month will determine your LTV. One tool that your listeners can study is growth-driven design. Okay. This is a HubSpot property.
Okay.
I was introduced to this in 2019. This changed my life. This talks about how to design website and how to price, but this applies to any agency model. Most people just have a project fee. Oh, there's a whole bunch of work you do pre-production. The amount of brain damage you have to do to clearly identify scope and create visual of what you will do before you write one line of code, the UX design, the wireframe, the project plan, the work breakdown structure, the strategy. You should charge some amount of money to just blueprint the project before you begin working on the project. So if you are charging, say, $5,000 to do a project, you would not be out of line asking for $500 to do a strategy for that project. Right? So add number one to it. But here's one thing you can do. Have a post-project maintenance agreement where you can optimize and iterate your creation post-launch and help them consume what you built. So if you're selling a $5,000 project or a service, ask $500 for strategy and $500 a month in retainer for a year or 2 years or 3 years. That will change your revenue economics. Okay, so I have this blueprint that you can download and read. It's called Next 100K. I also have an Indian version of it called Next 1CR, where I'm doing it in Indian rupees.
Yeah.
So, but you can read this document. It's 6-question blueprint. How many net new clients must you acquire to earn your next 100,000 in net new revenue? Let's say you charge $5,500 upfront and $500 a month. Your LTV 1 year client value is 500 times 13 plus 5,000. So 11,500, $100,000, divide that by 11,500 comes to 8.6 or 9. So if you can get 9 clients to give you your new revenue model on GDD, 500 upfront, 5,000 for 90-day production, and 500 a month for 12 months, you need 10 clients. 10 is not a lot. But without a monthly recurring revenue, you are behaving like a snake who ate a rabbit. When you have
Correct.
projects, you can't do prospect, pitch, and close. When you don't have project, you need to hustle, prospect, pitch, close, and collect. But at that time, you don't have money and you're hungry and you're desperate and you're starving. This eliminates that problem.
Hmm. Right.
Once you establish your framework for MRR, you want to shift your focus on retention.
Hmm.
And the framework and formula for retention is, what will you do with the client when you get your first check? What must be done by the time you get your fourth check? How do you celebrate your 13th check? Because the year is over and they are not leaving. They're getting comfortable. They seem to like you. At what point between age 4 and age 13 month, you can ask for an increase in pay? What is your 37th check ritual? Because the person who keeps paying you beyond 36 months is likely to stay with you for life. What is your 61st check ritual? Because when someone pays you 61 times your monthly paycheck, they're here for life. How many clients have paid you one check? How many gave you 4? How many gave you 13? How many gave you 37? How many gave you 61? That augmentation of that percentage will increase your LTV. Yes, doing growth driven design can roughly double your revenue per client right here, right now. But that's just a little shot in the arm. That's not life changing money. Doubling your fee doesn't change your life.
Yes.
How can you 10x your fee? And you can 10x your fee by when you add an MRR, retain them for multiple months, ask for a tasteful ascension of your retention fee, and along the way, ask them for referrals so they can get clients. So if you look at my revenue creation, 10% come from direct marketing, 10% come from events I exhibited, 30% come from client referrals, and 50% come from center of influence referrals. Internal data harvest, magnetic marketing. Okay. You see,
Can you explain that 50% one? What's that?
centers of influence, other
Means?
agencies,
Okay.
coaches, consultants, authors, people who say you should hire Parthiv. He's nice. All my clients hire him.
Absolutely. About that.
These are my affiliates. These are my collaborators.
Right. And over here, I have a question. When it comes down to a lot of agencies, they're able to onboard the clients, but they are not able to retain the clients and like get the referral. This is where the magic happens. The first step, somehow they get a funnel designing project for like $1,000, $2,000. They get something, they do it. And afterwards, the client is lost, and the person also searches for the new client, and the same rabbit hole repeats again and again. How to retain the client, right? And is it only applied only in few niches, or like in some niches like funnel building guy, once the funnel is built, again what can he do to again retain them and like provide more and more value?
Okay. So let's talk about that. I'm going to change subject and talk about my event, okay?
Sure.
So I'm hosting an event on 15th August where I am bringing my fountainheads, people that I learned from, Dr. Robert Cialdini, Dan Kennedy, and Kevin Barber. These three fountainheads are going to teach you what they taught me, right? It's an event where we are celebrating India's Independence Day in a very unique way. I want you to learn from people I learned from, and I want you to make money the way I made money. So, the question you asked about retention is a question that Kevin answered when we asked him.
Mm.
He asked that question again. Do you suck at what you do?
Mm.
Because if you suck, then focus on being better so you suck less. Once you suck less, the next milestone is to be good at it. Once you become good at it, next milestone is gain speed. People who suck don't get retention. So if you're not getting retention, you probably suck at what you do. So aim to be better at what you do, or look to do what you are actually good at, where you don't suck. If you are an emerging copywriter, you probably suck at writing copy. You suck at more things than you care to admit. But a lack of retention, or lack of testimonial, or lack of ascension, and lack of advocacy is a mirror that's telling you that you suck. And if you don't like what you see in the mirror, don't buy a new mirror, buy makeup. Be better so you can serve them the way they want to serve. Acquire clients whose needs are in an alignment with your core strengths. Be so picky at taking a client that you know that you belong in their life for several years. And it comes down to deal flow. Do so much prospecting that you have so many opportunities that you can choose who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with because it's not a match. When you're desperate for work, you don't have that luxury. This is why you want to outspend and outperform and outshare your competitors. I have 26 clients who pay me a monthly recurring revenue. And I added more than 1,700 people to my HubSpot this year. Just look at the amount of people who are getting disqualified before they come to the pitch.
Correct. Absolutely. And over here, one question what I have is when it comes down to retaining people, like there are like lot of services like running Facebook ads. Now running ads, it's like based on AI intelligence where human error is very less. And for some other services, there is like lot of human error and like team members come and going and like that to keep up that excellence, it's like so difficult, right? Like what type of services like you will recommend for the people who are in India and who want to serve clients internationally?
If you find this work difficult, where you are not good at it, or you suck less but you still suck, or you just plain suck at it, to build your strength, to build your experience, to build your portfolio, don't work for an American brand, work for an agency that's already serving American brand. Be part of a team and learn from your peers. Excellence is not a gift of God. Excellence is fed by experience. So to acquire excellence, acquire experience. There are people who are better than you. Go be their intern. I learned from Kevin Barber by learning from Kevin Barber. I'm 57-year-old. I make more money than almost everyone who will watch your show combined. And I'm still looking for people that I can learn from. I'm not the best. I want to be the best. So when I meet someone who is better than me, my notebook and checkbook come out. I spend a third of my awake life learning. You need to be good at what you do. And as Kevin Barber would say, be so good at what you do, people will pay you to watch you work. Other half your question is how do you get referral from existing clients?
Yes, yes.
That has nothing to do with how good you are at what you do. You just have to ask. You just have to ask. And you have to coach them on how to scout and how to identify and how to introduce you and give them tools so they can refer you.
Got it. Absolutely. Love that. And Parthiv, for all the people who are watching this, right? Uh, how would you structure a lean and effective team? And if you were to hire anyone into your team, what is the qualities like you see in that person?
There is a report that Kennedy sent me. It's 8 page.
Hmm?
Look, I'm a private client of Kennedy. I get a lot
Yes.
of, we send fax and FedExes back and forth. Whenever I get a fax, I stop what I'm doing, I read what he wants, and put together an action. Right? I'm paying a lot of money for the relationship. This thing gave me chills. It is a state of the union on labor market. There is an acute shortage of skilled labor, motivated skilled labor that is willing to show up and consistently perform. Instead of answering your question, I just want to give you that report.
Sure.
Okay. So give me a few days. Right now I'm busy on 15th August thing. Let's do another call like this on
Yep.
just this one question.
Okay.
We will dissect that 8 page memo from Kennedy.
Hmm.
There is some politics. I mean, he has a political, but that's a political position between Biden and I'm sorry, between Kamala Harris and Trump that is irrelevant to Indian audience. But the core problem and the solution that he proposes is perfect for this. So let's have an hour dedicated to just this question. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, we will do it
Good,
after.
because I'm looking at the clock. We are at 55 minutes.
Yes.
We don't have enough time to answer that question.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the next question, what I have, Parthiv, is a lot of Indians, like after me reading Russell Brunson's books and everything, 30 days, how you can reach to your millionaires. Russell Brunson interviewed so many millionaires. Now, I want to ask you, since your 2 decades of years of experience, right? Now, again, if you were to get started, and if not like a million, just like 10,000, $11,000, which is like 10 lakh rupees. That's a lot of money in India, right? And if you were to do that in the next 10 days, what are you going to do?
That's a great question, Akshay. You know, you and I always spar on social media. Sometimes you say stuff, I just shake my head and move on. Sometimes you say things that is so apeshit crazy, I just throw rocks at you right on social media. You have seen me do that, right?
Yeah,
This question, the fact that you're asking me this question, defines why and how you are crazy. And you are not alone. Look, you sent me this question. I could have told you don't ask me this question, and we could have taken it off. Okay.
yes,
But I wanted to keep that question so I can answer this question by addressing the toxicity of the question itself and the mindset behind that question. This is in our religion. I'm Hindu. You're Hindu too, right?
yes. Yeah, yeah, right.
Bhagavad Gita, right?
Correct.
So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, do your job and let God decide what you get, when you get, how much you get, and how you get it. Remember that?
True. Yes.
Lord Krishna didn't tell me that I'm one funnel away from being a millionaire or billionaire.
Right.
So when there is a conflict of instructions between Gita and Brunson, I got to choose. Am I going to listen to Brunson? I'm going to listen to Gita. This question is more in an alignment with an unrealistic expectation.
Mm.
10 days is not enough time. 10 weeks is not enough time. 10 months is not enough time to make your first or next 10 million rupees or 1 million rupees or 1,000 rupees or 100,000 rupees. Money will arrive in your life when it is meant to arrive. You know when the clients will buy? And this is another thing that I learned from Kevin Barber. You know when money will come in your life?
Mm.
When money wants to come in your life. You know when a client will buy? When they feel like buying. You know when they can, you know what they will buy? What they feel like buying. You cannot accelerate that process. You need to be a hunter and a farmer. You need to prospect, pitch, close, and collect. But to answer this question, you need to know, you should have how much you make and how much you got, not how much you need to make and how much you need to make by when. So shift your focus from how much you want to make and when you want to make it, and look at what you make, what you spend, and how much you got. Those are more relevant numbers. This is how you lose focus. This is how you get desperate. This is how you buy shit you shouldn't buy. This is how you disappoint yourself. This is how you become poor. This is how the trend continues, and you get poorer and poorer and poorer and poorer, and one day your mother-in-law will be pissed off that you married her daughter. Don't think like that.
Correct. We need
Questions like
to
this are designed to sell coaching to people who shouldn't buy shit.
correct. We have to put in the effort and then expect the reward. And when the time comes, like we will be able to reach there. We just have to be nurturing, farming, and doing as many strategy sessions, working out, making the offers. Right.
So have patience. Okay. Embrace your failures. We fail too. Do you know how many funnels I have in my ClickFunnels account?
More than
489.
400. Yeah.
489 funnels. 8 makes me money. 1 got me the award. So one thing Kennedy does to reduce the probability of failure, he calls it his loss prevention strategy. And that is called trifecta. If you run 3 campaigns concurrently to 3 separate audiences solving 3 separate problems, so not a variation of one funnel, but true. Your audience is different, their problem is different, so your creative asset, copy, everything will be different. The core solution is same, but you're running 3 campaigns concurrently. You can lose twice and still have a shot at winning. So don't look at what do I do to do whatever it takes. You can't work hard if you don't have work. I cannot indiscriminately tell an audience full of people saying you have potential. Because if God made you stupid, I cannot put in what God left out. And until you make certain amount of money, we do not have evidence that you're not stupid. And stupid is what stupid does. Stupid does what stupid is. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer. I told you this will break some people's hearts.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
completely
hope I'm not.
understand.
I hope I did not hurt your feelings too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Parthiv, for all the people who are watching, right, like what is the routine they have to follow? Should they actually take one day holiday on a Sunday, work from Monday to Saturday, right? Work 7, 8 hours, or like how many hours do you actually work?
What was the other question that you asked me that I said let's spend a whole hour? It was on HR, right? Hiring,
Team,
right?
yes, right.
Let's take this question on the team building because you will not be able to build a team without
Yes,
having a time ritual.
absolutely. That both will connect and we will have a separate conversation on it, right?
And I
And
will
most important,
share my screen and show you what my rituals are.
absolutely. Love
And
that. And
I can get into the tools that I'm using. I can't teach you how to use those tools because
yeah,
those are Dan Sullivan's properties.
yes, yes.
I cannot give you those tools because those are Dan Sullivan property. But
Yep.
I can answer the questions about how I do it. And those of
Yes.
you who can afford it, you should hire Dan Sullivan as your coach. And if you need a referral, I'll get you an introduction to someone in Denver at Strategic Coach.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I
And
don't know the answer.
Parthiv, yes, we will ask this both in the next after like August 15th. I'm super excited to know for the first time ever, like you, like Dan Kennedy. I haven't seen Dan Kennedy in an Indian event, right? What is that event all about? And I believe even this book founder, like the robot, even he's also speaking, right? Tell us about what is the event all about and what are the benefits people can get if they attend.
So this event, Akshay, let me share my screen so I can take you to
Sure.
the page.
Yep.
Can you put this event URL
Yes.
on the
Sure.
thing. Take them to
Sure. Sure.
elaunches.com/freedom.
Yes, I'll just post it.
This is the first Indian event I'm hosting. I did not know how many people are going to show up. I'm blessed to have a team. I have Subhajit, who is my implementer. I have Zorgan, who is my writer. You gave them to me. I'm grateful for you to connect me to them. They migrated to my team and they are now permanent fixtures in my business. And thank you, Akshay,
Yes,
for
sir.
finding really good talent and bringing them to e-launches. But this event is the first of its kind where I am bringing the three fountainheads, Kevin Barber, Dan Kennedy, and Dr. Robert Cialdini, to Indians just like me, so you guys can learn, not from me, but the men that I learned from. 4 hours. The event is free. If you come and attend, I'll even give you the recordings. And my co host, Vishal Malkon, has agreed to read the transcripts and watch the videos and do follow on events on explaining further what Barbara Kennedy and Cialdini talk about. If anybody wants coaching, either one on one or group, my friend Sahil Sehgal is willing to field questions and talk about how you can actually get some one on one or group coaching from him and his faculty members on this subject or whatever subject you guys want to talk about. I am doing this because I'm on a mission to help 10,000 Indians make an extra $1,000. $1,000 is not a lot of money, actually. And 10,000 Indians are not too many Indians. But when I teach 10,000 Indians how to make $1,000 and they actually make $1,000 on top of what they're currently making, that is my next 2CCX. So this is my first, it's not my last. But it is a first time in life, my life opportunity to put Kennedy and Cialdini on the same stage and share their knowledge and share their learning. So Indians in India can learn the way I learned and win the way I won. That's the spirit of this 15th August Independence Day celebration. Why did I choose 15th August?
Yes.
Because it's a day of independence. This is the day you can declare your financial freedom, your fiscal independence. When you make adequate amount of money, you will be able to have freedom to afford to buy what you choose to buy. This is an event where you can learn to earn. I am limited by how many people I can accommodate on my Zoom. As of this morning, I see my Zoom I need to upgrade. So I mean, I'm running out of space. So if you're not going to make it, please don't register. And if you register, please show up and stay. Some guy registered for this event, reached out to me to pitch me on how he can help me. And he said, "Oh, I registered, but I will try to attend." I'm like, "Oh, why? You have something else going on?" He says, no, nothing yet, but I don't know if I will be able to do it that day. I'm like, then why the hell did you register? Get out. You're taking up somebody's seat. Shoot. So if you think you want this, come and learn. If you're not, if you're on the fence, if you're interested, if you're intrigued, then get out and stay up. So how's that for a pitch? To
Yeah,
sell,
absolutely.
sell an
That's
event.
right. Whoever takes action, they have to come show up, right? Like success is all about not just registering, they have to take, come listen to all the experts, then go and implement, learn, read, learn, and implement, take action, learn, apply, and share it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to record the events. I will share the recordings. But if you want recordings because you were too busy on 15th August evening to have dinner with Dan Kennedy, then no, you ain't getting that. You can't buy them either. I'm not going to sell them. So it's a holiday. It's an evening. Tell your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad, your friends that you're busy for 4 hours. And if you don't want to make that choice, that's okay. I'm just looking for 10,000 Indians who want to learn how to make money. If it's not you, somebody else, hell with you. Um,
Absolutely. Guys, what I'll tell is I'll highly recommend everyone to do check out this event. I'll post it even in the description. Register for it, and it's like we just have only like 5 days, 6 days for like August 15th. Make sure that like you register, show up, learn, take notes, and everything whatever Parthiv shared today. Also, make sure that like you write down everything in like a paper, post it, and come up with questions after a week or so after like you watch that and the interview, then whatever questions you have we will be happy to answer them, right? With that being said, Parthiv, thank you so much for sharing your incredible wisdom for the last 10 minutes. It was super amazing. Any last words you want to convey to everyone who is watching?
Now, I'm blessed to be here. Thank you. Buy a book and read it.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
you worship Saraswati, that's how you get Lakshmi.
Right.
Thank you very much and see you all on 15th August.
Yep.
Jai Hind.
Thank you, Parthiv. And thank you, everyone. Do tell us what's your three biggest takeaway from today's lessons and the most valuable things what you learned. And do share it with your friend, tag your friend. Let's make a world a better place to live. And yep, have a great day, guys. Bye bye, everyone. See you all.